Good day. I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, November 30. The people of Jamaica, through Prime Minister Andrew Holness, joined with the people of Cuba in celebrating the life and work of former President Fidel Castro Ruz. Ahead of Tuesday's official private mass for foreign dignitaries in Cuba, Mr. Holness said the countries shared a strong fraternal relationship through cooperation in sport, health, education, and other areas.
The people of Jamaica view Fidel Castro with a sense of love, a sense of brotherhood.
Prime Minister Holness was joined in Cuba by Pernell Charles, Speaker of the House of Representatives and President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson. Cuba is observing a period of national mourning, which will end on December 4. During that period, the national flag will be flown at half-mast in Cuba and at its missions across the world, including Jamaica. The Cuban Embassy in Kingston has opened a condolence book for members of the public to sign from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Before departing for Cuba, Prime Minister Holness added his signature to the list of those offering condolences. Former President Fidel Castro died on November 25. He was 90 years old. In other news, Jamaica recorded tourism earnings of $2.06 billion from January to October. This represents an increase of 5.7% in comparison to the same period last year. The island also registered an increase of 5.1% in visitor arrivals, with over 3.1 million total visitors. This puts the country on track to have a record year in tourism. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says the figures show the strength of the island's tourism product, which has recorded consistent growth despite the over 8,000 cancelled trips due to the passage of Hurricane Matthew. Government is exploring plans to build a regional court complex in Manchester. Lamenting that Mandeville needs more courts, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says development of this complex will help speed up the delivery of justice in the town and wider parish.
Because that center could be the Mid-Island court complex to deal with a lot of circuit cases, family courts, drug courts, all of the municipal courts, and that is something, my vision for the future is to see that happening, and it will happen.
Minister Chuck was addressing a justice sensitization session in Mandeville last Friday. He revealed that the ministry was in discussions with a developer to build the complex on 40 acres of land located in Kingston near the town center. The property is owned by the Justice Ministry. The minister says the vision is to erect the court spaces on about 3 to 5 acres of the property, while the rest is developed for other businesses. Other investors are invited to make proposals to the ministry so that the project can move ahead. In the meantime, the state will be making changes to critical pieces of legislation to create a stronger framework for protecting personal information in cyberspace. These include the Data Protection Act, which is slated to be tabled in Parliament next year, and the establishment of a single regulator for information and communications technology, ICT. This was disclosed by Minister of Science, Energy and Technology, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, during the 4th National Cybersecurity Conference on Tuesday.
And we are way advanced. I think that drafting instructions were given as relates to the Data Protection Act. We are still, the consultants are wrapping up as relates to the single ICT regulator. Made a presentation to Cabinet recently. Cabinet will be still mulling over the single ICT regulator.
Dr. Wheatley emphasized that protecting the identity and information of Jamaicans was critical as we incorporate ICT in our everyday lives. And finally, a celebration is being planned to observe the first anniversary of Kingston being designated as a creative city of music by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. Culture Minister Olivia Grange says the celebration will take place on the waterfront at downtown Kingston on December 4 during Kingston Music Week.
We have a music that has penetrated all corners of the world. And we gave the world a musical icon in Bob Marley. We are a dynamic people, a great people.
Minister Grange was speaking at last Friday's Caribbean Hall of Fame Awards for Excellence. The cadre of recipients consisted of Olympic champions Elaine Thompson and Dion Hemmings, and musical giants Tony Gregory and I Octane. Former Prime Minister Edward Seaga received the Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence in Culture, Arts, and Sport. And that's it for JIS News Today. I am Stephen McHugh. Thank you for watching.